Mid Del Roundup with my man Andy Collier. They need the Mid Del schools. What's up, Andy?
What's up, Tony? How are you?
Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. As we get closer to high school football about to kick off week 0. Real quick before we get started, I just want to ask you a couple of things. Mid Del schools are getting a big time makeover. What are some of the things that's happening?
Man, we're talking, lots of construction going on.
Yes, sir.
Which is good. That's the taxpayers' money being spent well. Facility upgrades across the district. Things are looking up. A lot of good things happening.
Well, Andy, with these new things that's happening, I know scoreboards and lights and all that thing for the football teams and the basketball teams and all the other new things they got. It also competes with the Tulsa teams too, though.
Yeah.
You always want to be able to have, because this day and age, kids are all about that. When we play ball, we just care about having nice black socks and some nice tights to go out and play on a Friday night. But now it's all about the gloves and the lights and the scoreboard. This is just a new generation, but it seems like everything's coming together. I know all the schools got the scoreboards up, right?
Yeah, scoreboards are up and running. We just got them up at the high school stadiums, and now they're up in the gyms. So,
yes.
That's really cool. It's going to be good for advertising and some
Yes.
different stuff like that. We've got plans being made right now for softball and baseball. Baseball will have turf this upcoming season, and after softball, we'll work on their turf, and then we're finalizing plans for 3 indoors at each high school. And lots of good things happening. And like you said, it is important because you want to compete with everybody else and what they
Yes,
do,
sir.
but at the same time, it's just more resources for kids to get better.
No, that's good. Because like I said, at the end of the day, those kids are all about having those nice things, man. If my buddy got a Corvette, I got to go get a better Corvette. So that's cool. But Andy, like I said, you got a lot going on with fall sports. So is there some certain sports you want to kind of talk about this fall?
Yeah, fall sports started July 15th. We've got volleyball,
Mm-hmm.
in full effect. We've got softball. We've got cross country, cheer, pom, and then football.
Football.
We've got a lot of activities across the district. We could talk about it and take 2 hours, so we're going to split it up.
Split it up, yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about softball and football, which football will start this Friday,
Yes,
week
sir.
0.
Week 0.
So we'll talk a little bit about those 2 sports, and then we'll come back in about 3 weeks before district play, and we'll hit the other ones. And having a lot of success, a lot of fun so far.
You talk about football starting this week. Looking at the schedule, do they get a bye week anymore?
Yeah, they do. So if you play week 0, you're obviously going to get a bye week built in your schedule.
Okay.
So,
but it's not showing that on the schedule.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, because I argue with my wife on this, man, and she's like, they don't get a bye. I said, maybe they get a bye week.
And our 2 schools that will open up this Friday will be Del City at Edmond Memorial,
Yes.
and then Midwest City at Piedmont. And I want to say Midwest City's bye week is week 9.
Okay. Kind of get you up to right before the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's right before Duncan, that week 10 game. And then Del City, I think their bye week is week 3.
Week 3. Okay.
So, which is good. That gives kids the ability to if there's any injuries,
Yes.
knock on wood. Let's
Yes,
hope
sir.
there's not.
Yes, sir.
But it gives you time to get extra preparation for that next week, because that's usually week 1. Like for Del City, that'll be week 1 for their district play. And I want to say that's Collinsville. So,
yes.
That's good timing on both schools.
Well, you talk about football. We'll get into softball here in a second, but with football, I know you kind of work all year round. You're not like teachers. You kind of work 24/7, so you don't really get a summer break. I know you do take off. I did see you and your beautiful family up and I think you guys went to Florida. Where'd I go?
We went to Destin.
The Destin. That's my wife's favorite spot too. But with the summer going on, you hire some new coaches. Can you name some of the new coaches that you hired for this year?
In all honesty, we have been pretty successful of maintaining or bringing back all of our coaches.
Yes, sir.
There was a couple of spots that there has been some change. Probably the biggest is Midwest City's AD
Yes, sir.
/ head football coach, Jaquez Washington, coming on board. Coach Hall did a great job. Still one of my best friends in the world. Still in this district. He left in May, and Coach Washington came on.
Yes.
Which is tough timing.
Yeah, it's tough time.
Because you're right. Athletics these days, it's year round.
It's year round.
There is no stopping. And so he came on, and he's done a really good job. He's got his numbers up at Midwest City High School to about 85 kids.
That's good.
Filling a staff his first year is always tough, because
tough.
if you look at that time frame, people are already doing contact camps, summer stuff. So it's very difficult to leave somewhere to come somewhere else.
Yes,
so that'll be something that he next year will really focus on as a staff. But he's done a great job. At the other two sites, we've been pretty consistent. I know basketball. We've made some changes.
Yeah.
Coach Hatchett left. We brought in the head coach at Lawton, and he's really good.
Yeah.
We've seen some really good things from him. So all in all, it's tough to replace guys that have been so good. But I really do believe that we brought some guys in that are really good.
So make a difference, and that's good though. Congratulations to both of those young men coming in. Got a chance to spend a little bit of time with Coach Washington coming over from Owasso, was their defensive coordinator. So got a chance to go out and watch them last week against Norman North. Did some good things. You know, they're young. I think they only got like maybe one or two kids coming back with varsity, like truly varsity experience. So it's an uphill battle. But you know, I did a show the other day with Jordan Davis, the Oklahoma writer.
Yeah.
I know he really loves Jacques West. Just got a chance to talk to him and listen to him. So he's a really good speaker. So you know, Jordan Davis, like I said, is an Oklahoma writer. Does a lot, knows his high school sports. But one of the things that you know we kind of talked about in our show the other day was like, I think Middle City's going to be the sleeper. I know they come in at number 11, but that's a team that's going to find their way in the playoffs. They're going to beat some people they're not supposed to beat. They'll probably lose a game or two. That's just how it is your first year. But once they put it all together, they're going to be scary.
Yeah,
you know?
I think you said it best. They're young, they're new, they're implementing an offense and defense that these kids have not been used to.
Yes.
So it'll take a while for everybody to mesh.
Just get on the same page.
The one thing I've seen over the last couple weeks is they go hard, and in sports, if you go hard, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good things that's happening over there, and I think you're right. I think anytime you have the talent like Midwest City. You have the ability to be a sleeper. Those rankings,
those rankings are just rankings.
They're rankings. But I do think that when you look at the rankings, you have Del City 1 and Carl Albert 2, and I think that's right. I mean, I really do. I think that those two teams are right now going into the season, the two best teams. But I didn't see a Booker T on that list.
Yeah,
and I know that Booker T's got a lot coming back. So you know, we don't put much into those rankings, but I will tell you that we feel confident that we got 3 really good football teams.
Well, you know, you get to see Booker T pretty quick. I think Robert plays in
next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
It's week 2. So I know it was week 2. Then I think he turned around and played Middle City week 3. Mm-hmm. So guys, I mean, it's funny because you look at it now. It's kind of like the college. You know, the college they're making you. You know, for you to get in that ranking, they're making you play a top-notch team. You're not going to go play a couple cupcakes and then keep the ranking for the big time. You know, tournament at the end of the year.
It's very difficult for us to schedule non-district games.
Because Mike got Stillwater, right?
Mike, you know, Coach Dunn, yes, over at Carl Albert, they got Stillwater. Midwest City is going to open up with Piedmont, Carl Albert, and Del City. And then, of course, Del City is going to go Midwest City and Booker T. And at the Memorial.
You know?
So you have really some big-time games, but that's what we're all about. We want to play big-time games. We want to put on a show, and we're up to the challenge.
That's good. That's good. So, girls softball, you know, I know you got 3 new not 3 new teams, but 3 salty teams in Carl Albert, Midwest City, and Del City. There's a young lady from Carl Albert. From Midwest City is getting a lot of recognition. The pitcher, right?
Yeah, Norelli Brown.
Yes.
She's 5-1. I want to say the stat that I heard the other day. She's faced 99 batters and struck out 60.
What grade is this young lady in?
She's a junior.
Junior?
And so
is that what's called his little sister?
Yes. I know.
The wrestler.
You're going to make me think back now.
Yeah. That's the sheriff. Yes. Good family.
Great family. And she's very, very talented. She can hit the ball too. But they've got some pieces around her that those girls have worked hard. Coach Judson does a really good job. 5-1, and they're in 5A this year.
Yeah.
So I think that they're a team that's very much a surprise team. Carl Albert is 5-5 right now, which you're thinking that doesn't make
with
any
a new
sense. Coach Baza, he does a really good job. He's got some big time experience. He was at Deer Creek before. They got both their pitchers back. They've got a couple of young freshmen. They got a couple of girls that are seniors, like the little Valley girl that started for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
Bailey Rue, she started for 3 to 4 years. But their 5 losses have come against the top
teams.
Good
top teams, they're playing.
So when district plays, I expect them to be right there in the mix.
And it's young, Coach. I mean, it's early in the season.
It's very early in the season. And Coach Haley over at Del City is doing an unbelievable job. Their numbers are up. They've gone really hard in the off season. They have really built a program that we were missing. So I'm excited about softball. I
Yeah,
really am. I think that we have three teams
seems
that
they can make it to.
can make it. I really do. So um, that's a sport that really is growing in this state, and Mid Del's really catching on that.
That's good. I mean, girls softball, soccer, soccer,
Volleyball, and we'll
volleyball.
talk
Oh
volleyball
my,
next
yeah, we're
time
talking
because
about it because I
yeah,
don't
it's another
understand
sport.
volleyball, but I mean, I know last night the girls, the Colorado girls, lost a close one
Choctaw.
to Choctaw, but Choctaw 6A supposed to beat us. Let y'all know that. But good game. I heard it was a good game. My daughter got a 10 to it, and I think it was her first high school
Experience.
experience. Yeah, so I think it was really cool that she got to do that. So good deal. Colorado girls, I think they're doing good. I think they took what first or
Yeah, right now they're ranked eighth
yeah,
in the state.
and that's good though. That's really good. I mean, they're doing a good job. I think all three volleyball teams, man, is doing a good job. So, but let's get into some of these players that we need to know about here in the in the Mid Del. All three schools, man. I know Del City got some guys that
Well, I think you start with Del City.
Started with Del City.
Rickland
So
Holmes.
Rickland Holmes. Me and you started talking about him when he was in ninth grade.
Yeah, and he's every bit as good a person as he is a football player. And his mom has done well with him.
Yeah.
And I always have said that. I've told you that for 4 years.
Yes.
But he's a stud. He's a college linebacker. He's going to New Mexico.
New Mexico. I was going to say, he's already signed.
But I think that he will get the majority of the carries this year.
Well, I talked to Coach Jones last night, and he wants to he wants to tell me he has two of the best backs in the state.
And I agree with him.
And he says he might be two of the best backs he's had come through here, and that's saying a lot because he got a young man that's going to start at Oklahoma State. Who's
on the Doak Walker?
Yes. That's
mean,
big time.
Yeah.
I told you we talked about that last night. So it's good to see with Jones. I mean, he's excited about the team this year. Numbers are kind of down, but he knows it happens, man. And it's kind of like with the girls' sports too, Coach. You start seeing girls' basketball's down, but volleyball's up. Back then volleyball wasn't as popular, but now volleyball's gotten popular. Club teams just like AU basketball teams, but a kid that I think is really talented, and I'm waiting. And we all know he got it. He's a 2 sports athlete, probably could be a 3 sports athlete. It's Black Wolf. I think that kid is one of the most talented kids in the Mid Del area. He's not getting all the recognition. He will get it.
He will get it.
And I'm just really shocked about that because, man, you remember as a freshman, at El Reno, and playing against Carl Albert at a big game. Might have had a big game against him. So his is coming, but like I said, I think he's one of the guys that I look at me like, man, this kid is special. So you got both of those guys in the backfield at Del City.
Yeah, Caleb Blackwolf, a kid that is his second year at Del City.
Mm-hmm.
He's a utility guy. He can play anywhere in the secondary. He's physical enough to come down and play some outside linebacker if they needed him.
Yeah.
He can play tailback. He can play receiver. And I'm not so sure he couldn't play quarterback.
Yeah,
if
he
really
plays some wildcat.
Yeah. So he's a great kid, another great kid. Yeah. And so that's two of the best. I think Coach Jones is right. That's two of the best running backs that we've had. But really, maybe the best tandem in the state of Oklahoma.
They're going to be big time. You said then they got 2 twin linemen?
2 twin linemen. They're back.
They were the seniors.
Big kids. Yeah. Big kids. They got a lot of reps last year as starters.
Yeah.
Played in big games. So I think they'll anchor that offensive line. They have a receiver, Josiah, who you coached Josiah.
Yeah.
Or you coached against
him at 707.
Yeah.
This kid's special.
He's very special. Yeah. He's got the frame. He's got the size. You're going to see him play on Saturdays. There's absolutely no doubt.
Yeah, he could be another what was the guy at Oklahoma State? Blackman.
Yeah, he looks like Justin Blackman. That's exactly what
the guy is built, good speed, good hands. You'll hear a lot about this young man this year with just a sophomore.
He's a junior.
Junior, okay, just a junior. So you'll hear a lot about this guy when here in the next few months because I'm telling you, he's the guy that can take the ball, catch it, and go 80 just like that with a blink of an eye.
Yeah, and quarterback wise, Sincere Overton was their quarterback as a freshman last year.
Yeah.
He'll be out a couple weeks. But he played well last year in the state semifinals against Carl Albert, and he will be back. They've got a kid named Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy. I think he's a junior.
And
lefty.
He's good.
Yeah.
He really is good. His dad, Albert Foreman, is one of our coaches. So he's a coach's kid, and he's one of those that the team kind of, rallies around.
Rally around him. I mean, and he's a leader.
He's a very good leader, very good football player. So if you look at that Del City squad, I've read articles that says they're number one. I've seen articles that said they're number two. I've seen articles that say, well, they got a lot of rebuilding. Here's the deal: they reloaded.
They reloaded.
It's not rebuilding. And anybody that puts them one right now, it's not done. That's very intelligent.
Well, Coach, I don't know. I mean, me and Jones are good friends, and I told him last night. I said, man, he said you're right, Tony. Colorado should be number one. And no reason not say that because I'm not being biased or anything, but if you're number one and you ain't been beat, you got to say number one to somebody knock you off. I'm a true believer of that. This is how it is. If my son is number one in wrestling this year, and he ain't been beat, he should be number one coming in this year. That's where I look at it, folks. But either one, both teams are good. And like I told you, Midwest City's a sleeper. I'm telling you guys right now.
Think about some of their players now. I mean, a name that we all know, Ryan Holloway.
Yeah.
Who's a point guard for the basketball team. He'll be a tailback. He didn't play last year.
He's at number one. I think Deshaun said he's good.
Yeah, he is really, really good. He is talented. He's physical. He's the one on the basketball court that'll lock you down. He's got foot speed. Fletcher is a defensive end, outside linebacker that is a Division I talent.
I'll tell you, the kid I like is the freshman, Zoe. Man, this kid
he's
here.
He's a big kid. And
he reminds me a lot of Carlton Hall, just his size, can play linebacker. I think this kid got some tools that he ran a touchdown the other night, probably about 30, 40 yards. He's coming downhill, kind of like a Jerome Bettis.
He's very tough to tackle.
Yeah, he is. I don't want no part of it. I'm a grown man.
So. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want any part of that. And then they got Lincoln King, the starting free safety.
Played quarterback.
He's quarterback.
Good receiver.
He's a lot like the Black Wolf kid.
He
can do it all. He's going to be a college athlete. He's a center fielder on the baseball team, but he's going to be their battery. They're going to find ways to get him the ball. They've got a quarterback that transferred in, Valor Vaughn. That played at OCA. CCS. Excuse me.
I think once he gets himself gathered, he's going to be fine. I mean, he got a good size.
He does.
About 6'1", 6'2".
He's about 6'1", 180, 185, and he can throw the ball. So they've got Baby Brown. We call him Baby Brown. He had two brothers that were offensive linemen, and now he's the third, and he'll be their center. So he will be a big force up front. So all in all, there's talent at Midwest City.
They got talent. He got what's called his real brother on the team too. Redmond.
Redmond. Jalen Redmond's little brother. He's going to play defense and offense.
He's a good size kid. Plays tight end.
His name's Aiden Sutton. There's talent across the board there. They're young though.
Yeah, they're young.
So it's going to take some time just to get a feel and learn the offense, learn the defense, and but Coach Washington coaches them up.
That's why I said they're my sleeper. I really do. I think they could be a sleeper in 5A. They can spoil somebody's picnic, so don't take them lightly if you got them on your schedule for homecoming. Who's next, Coach? Nick Hill.
Now we turn to Carl Albert.
Carl Albert.
Looking at Carl Albert, last year they were very heavy when it comes to skill position.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 5 Division I players, and we're not talking just any Division I.
You're talking Power 5.
We're talking Power 5, and those guys last year were skill guys. So they're going to have to find a way to replace those skill guys. They have a lot of young skill guys that have played for multiple years, but the strength that they have is up front. Up front on offense and defense. You're looking at all of their starting offense and defensive linemen back. So that makes it a little easier to get some skill guys ready when you have those guys up front that are back. But Nick Hill, Thomas Welch, Perucci, LeClaire. I can go on and on about kids that have played. You look at, they got 2 All-Staters coming back at defensive end with Joe Thomas. Who am I missing? LeBron Royal. LeBron Royal. So you got a lot of talent at Carl Albert. Once again, they're kind of like Del City. People are saying they're rebuilding.
No,
they're reloading.
I told somebody that the other day, man. I mean, the deal is that you have some great running backs. Number 21, I know he's on a basketball team. I think his nickname is Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
When Elijah comes out the game, he comes in. You don't lose the beat. Then you got the young. I guess he's a sophomore now. His brother was a running back last year. Boogie.
Yeah.
I think this young man right now, I think he's one of those guys, if he's probably on any other team in the state, he's probably starting for him. But what Carl Albert has, man, it's just, that's how the depth chart is. But he's going to get his touches because Elijah's a young man. I tell you right now, he can play receiver, he can play DB, and do a lot of different things, So, those guys are fortunate to have what they have. I know a lot of the Carl Albert kids a little bit more because I got the chance to coach them in 7-on-7, Anderson, and then the Friday guys is battling for quarterback. Both young men are outstanding. Both bring something different to the table. One thing that I got to say, Andy can't say it, but I can, that Collier's done is got his speed up. He's worked hard all summer. I've had a chance to work with him. Young man puts in the work. I just tell you right now, both kids is good, and like you said, whoever said they're rebuilding, you better go check that depth chart because these kids are. You saw what they did against Newcastle the other day, and you only kept those guys in for a quarter or two. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, all in all, I think hitting all three sides um, of the district, I think it's another year that
Yeah.
we're looking at with some success.
Yeah. No, and it's you always. I had this question to ask you. Do you think one of these, Midwest City? I was talking to Noel the other day, and he was kind of saying, man, they're close to going 6A. They could go 6A.
Honestly, we got the ADN numbers, and we're 5A.
The
So, so,
5A.
so we're all going to be 5A.
Okay, and that's good
Yeah.
though. I always say it'd be good if one of them was 5A, one was 4A, one was 6A. It'd make your job 10 times easier.
Hey, I used to think, I want everybody in 5A. I would like them all separate now.
Yeah, yes, it makes your job tough. But like I said, it's a good deal. It's a good battle though, man. And it's always good bragging rights. But at the end of the day, they're all going to be friends. No matter what. I mean, me and you both are Bombers, and our kids are at Colorado. We still love our Bombers, so. That's just the way it is. I mean, sometimes how the cookie crumbles. But it's been like I said, Mid Del has done a great job, and I know your job is tough, but you do a good job at it, especially with the facilities coming on, man, what's coming on. It's put us to another notch that, hey, we're competing with the Mustangs and the Yukons. One of the things you want to have if Colorado's in regionals, you want to be able to host games and stuff like that. It brings more revenue to the school. And we have one of all three gyms are good gyms. It might be a little bit older, but
they're real
good.
Nice.
They're still nice.
Yeah,
that scoreboard's the top of the notch. I was in Dallas a couple of weeks ago. Joey did a workout, and that gym was nice. But at the end of the day, our gym was just as nice.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a school in Dallas, so it just tells you, where Oklahoma's at, man. And what we're doing in Mid Del is just really, really outstanding. Because like I said, you lose 5 guys to go D1 at Colorado. You lose guys. Jones lose guys, and guess what? You blink an eye, you're like, next man up.
Yeah.
So really interested to see what Washington can do. I think he's going to bring a lot to it, coming from Owasso. Coaching that Tulsa area, he's going to bring a lot of toughness. Got a chance to watch him the other night. Hands-on coach, got to know his players' names. That's one of the hardest things to do. You got 80-some kids out getting to know everyone's names, but he's done a great job on social media. That's what it's all about now. That social media, man. And I listened to somebody talk the other day, was like, when your kid ain't got no social media, say that coach is looking for a young man or young woman,
can't find them.
You can't find them.
Right.
And so now you don't know what this kid can do, but a lot of these coaches don't get out. They might get out on live period. A lot of them is watching your film. And that's why I tell these young men, make sure you put the right stuff on the film. Make sure you start with not just, hey, if it's offense, if it's basketball or whatever, make sure you put some other clips. You want to a QB, don't just put you throwing the ball down. Show them that you can get down the field and run.
Well, and I think you're right. I think one of the things our coaches have really emphasized to our kids also is utilize social media in the right way.
Yes, sir.
Use this as a tool so college coaches can come and look at you. But be careful because these college coaches are also going through all the rest of your social media. And what you're posting can cost you lots and lots of money.
And then your family too.
Yes.
Talked to Aaron McConnell. We was talking one day, and then we was talking about his son was getting recruited, and he had brought up that the coach said, "Hey, this type of school, they don't like this kind of stuff. So make sure mom and dad." I told somebody this year. They said, "What are you gonna sit at this year? Your daughter's in high school." I said, "I'm probably gonna sit at the very top," and that's why Andy walks because one, you don't want to hear and the others is that you don't ever want to say nothing that's going to jeopardize your kid. And I know sometimes as parents we get fired about the refs and coaches or whatever, but until you've been in those coaches' shoes or ref shoes, man, and I'm a guy that gets on the refs, but sometimes I look at people like, man, get a guy a break. He's gonna make a mistake. So it's been good though. Mid Del has done a great job, what you've done, Andy, over here. You and the coaching staff, and I know all your ADs, man, just getting them on board and doing the things, going into, like I said, week 0. What's your prediction on those this week?
2 Mid Del wins.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen Piedmont. I've seen Edmond play, and they're good programs.
Yes.
But I think that we match up very well.
Yes, sir.
And I look at Midwest City. You said they're right, and I'd be. You said they're young, and you're right. But I think that I need to also say that right now, when we talk about fall sports in Mid Del, our middle schools are up and rolling.
Yes.
And one of the things from the middle school level, our three-side ADs have done an unbelievable job pushing kids to come out. Right now in Mid Del, if you look at it, at our middle schools, at Carl Albert, I think 41% of the population at CAMS is out for athletics. The other two schools are sitting about 36, 37%.
That's good.
So if you think of that, you're talking about getting up there to 40%. We'd like to say 45% of all of our secondary kids in Mid Del are playing sports. And the more numbers we have, the more we can compete against anybody.
No, that's perfect though, you know. So like I said, it's been a good deal. You know, Mid Del's done a great job, especially all the new things. Now I gotta ask, is all the schools get the lights, flashing lights?
Yes, yes. Yeah, not just one, not just two. Everybody gets the same.
No, I'm just asking.
Nah, I know. I've heard the question.
No, I saw one school flash theirs, and the other two haven't. So I had to ask. You know, so maybe one gets it this time.
No, those LED lights are cool.
They are. Cool. They're really cool. They really are.
They're easy to manage. That's what I like about them. But I will say, if hopefully we can score some points so we can put them to work.
Well, Andy, let's finish up real quick. But let's tell the parents coming to the games that we're still doing the clear bags, right?
Absolutely.
And the metal detector. So you might give everybody that's going to watch the show, let them know what's going to happen. So I don't want nobody getting there and like, oh, no, I didn't know that. So if you can.
Yeah. All of our home games are going to be no different than what they've been in the past couple of years. We're going to have a clear bag policy. You're going to walk through our metal detectors. We're going to have facilities that are as safe as anywhere as you possibly can be. And we keep on adjusting every week, just trying to make sure we're doing better. But right now, you know, it's been a lot smoother than it was a couple of years ago. Yes. But you can't go to a Thunder game, you can't go to an OU or OSU football game or anywhere nowadays without doing the same thing as what we're doing.
And as you should.
Yeah.
It should happen. I mean, nowadays with the world is, but, you know, it should happen. And you want to feel safe to go watch your son, daughter play. You know, grandparents want to be in there and sit comfortable. So I think that's a big deal. I know I went to go watch the scrimmage the other day, and they were sitting up, and you know, a lot of schools still don't do that. You know, so but Mid Del is a school district that is still doing that, and I like that for the safety of our parents, though.
Oh yeah.
Anything else, Andy?
No, nothing at all. Looking forward to a good year.
You know, like I said, folks, we appreciate you guys watching another episode of Mid Del Roundup with my man Andy Collier that does a great job, and with all his ADs and coaches and everybody that puts in the hard work on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day they are. It takes a lot. It takes a village to get the job done. So we'll catch you next time. We'll be talking with what?
We'll be talking some volleyball, cross country. We'll even get into some cheer and palm.
Cheer and palm.
That's when their competition stuff will start. And then you know, I got a baby girl that's in palm now. So you know, I'm keeping up with it. I'm trying to.
You got to.
Yeah, I do. And we've got some really good programs with cheer and palm across the district. But we got volleyball's doing well.
Yes,
and then we will really hit district play next time we meet.
Well, folks, we'll catch you next time on Mid Del Roundup. Thank you.